Welcome back to Bobblehead Homestead. I am Jeff. It is time to get to some work now that the Grapple is back in operation. Let's talk about that. The Grapple is operational and I am ready to start using it. The problem actually wasn't with the Grapple, it was with connections here on the hydraulic auxiliary. So the Grapple opens and closes, and that's what you need these auxiliary. You don't need Bob, you need those auxiliary hydraulics for that. And when I first got this, we put it on there, we were testing it out, and we turned this Grapple all the way in the down position, and the hoses that came with it were too short, so that jarred it, and you know it split the hoses at the metal connector point. Anyway, and it jarred this, so the connections were not. It was really hard to get these connected, and so I just, it should be easy, and it's easy now. I can just walk up there and connect it before you're having. Anyway, so problem solved. I got new connections. And I got an extra set in case this happens again. The hoses, I got those extended so they are long enough and they won't be, I won't be breaking the hoses. And now I've got some trees that need to be moved out of the way. Let's get to work. Wasn't a bad start, but to be continued. I'm going to go in and watch an Illinois versus Iowa college basketball game, and I'm going to grill some burgers, and I'm going to finish this tomorrow. That's not gonna work. I got a little more progress done today. Don't know how much I caught on video because this camera fell over. I guess I'll find out when I go back and watch it in editing. But yeah, still working on these trees out here. I had a bad back episode for a few days and I was not up to the challenge. But I got back out here tonight and as you can see, I did not get all of them. I did get another good chunk of them though. And unfortunately, I sprung a leak. Oh, just my luck. I sprung a leak on the hydraulic line, Bob. Bob. Meow. Yep. So yeah, I am dumping the trees in there, and as I'm backing up, I saw a big old puddle of fluid, and so I backed it up, you know, to the most level spot I could get to and just shut it off. And neighbor next door came over and helped me because you can't, you know, I turned it off and that shut down the leak, so I couldn't tell where it was leaking from. So he came over and helped me, and I was able to get in the cab and turn it on, and so we could discover where the leak was. And there's some hoses under there, and it's the top, I think it's called the drive hose. So nothing major. I think what happened is I probably poked it. I poked it and it shouldn't have been poked when I was you know, pushing brush up into there, one of those branches. I have no idea. I really have no idea. Didn't leak long, but there was a bunch of fluid that came out. And yeah, so this is not going to be movable until I get that hose replaced, most likely. Did a little Googling while I was out here. And it's going to be a pain in the butt, but it's the hose isn't going to be all that expensive. But still, it's going to be days again. Days again waiting on skid steer repair, because this is not, I can't run it while this is leaking. But we figured out where the problem was, got the diagnosis down. Now I'll go do some shopping for parts and shopping for information. See if there's any videos out there. Bob, you're sitting awful close to that hydraulic oil. Don't be getting yourself all dirty in there. Another setback. What are you gonna do? But just a reminder, I am out here. There are power lines above me. So on this side of the power lines are there. So 20 feet on this side or more is where I'm going to run my fence. And then so I wanted these pine trees out of the way. And then I'll walk down here a little bit. So the fence will go behind me towards that, towards the metal shed. I'll put a gate there on the corner. Then it'll come here along the power lines, and then it'll cut back through there to not the whole depth of my property, only back to, there's like a trail that cuts halfway through my property, so I'm going to go back to that trail. So it'll probably be, then I'm going to go that way and then come back. I don't know, it'll probably be around 3 acres that I'll have fenced in, just to start with, to keep my chickens and my future dogs inside the fencing. But that's what I'm working on out here, and needed to get the trees out of the way, and then figure out where the fence line is going to be and get the stumps out of the way. The other one, the pines, I'll just cut off at the ground, except the ones that'll be in the way of the fence. So that's not a big job. And then I got some more clearing and stuff to do, a few more trees to take down, and I'm trying to get there on the fencing. That is, you know, that's my next goal. So once I get that done, then I can start working on some other stuff too. All right, looks like it's going to be a few days again before I get back on that skid steer. I've got some updates I can do, another video. We've got, I got bunches of baby chicks I haven't filmed in a while, so we can go on that. And I got more baby chicks coming this week. Hopefully. You never know with the USPS, but hopefully I got more baby chicks coming this week. Okay, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for everything, and take it easy.